People getting off planes in Hawaii immediately get a lei. If this same tradition applied to the rest of the US, what would each state immediately give to visitors?
Idaho, free tater for every out-of-stater.
Rhode Island, coffee milk, Dell's lemonade and some quahogs.
Maryland, you land and we hand you a can of Old Bay before you even get off the plane.
North Carolina, a cheerwine and a Cajun filet biscuit. Enjoy.
Arkansas would give you pecans and quartz crystals.
Vermont keys to a Subaru.
New Mexico hatch green chili.
Adults of Reddit born prior to 1980, do you remember the Chernobyl disaster? What were you doing and what was your reaction upon learning what happened?
I remember it. I am in Australia and thought it was so far away it would not really affect us here. I am even old enough to recall 3 Mile Island, so Chernobyl wasn't a huge shock after that.
Yeah. We were on an upland farm in the UK. It was pouring with rain. My dad was out working with the sheep all day. 20 years later, he died of leukemia. Who knows?
Former gamers of Reddit, what was the reason you stopped playing video games altogether, or a lot less frequently?
Having 800 other tasks to do a day. Hashtag growing up sucks.
Depression made me uninterested in gaming for a while. I wanted to play, and I'd sit down trying to get into a game, but I just couldn't bring myself to enjoy it. The last time I played a video game was December. The reason was I realized I hated half the games I had, but more so I did a massive tidy out and realized I could do better things with my time. That eventuated into just sleeping way more often.
I stopped playing video games around 2012 because everything just felt the same to me. Everything seemed like some version of Call of Duty, Gears of War, or Batman Arkham Asylum. Rocket League did bring me back though.
Minecraft 1.9.
In the country where you live, what would be the equivalent of losing Notre Dame?
We lost our Primarch in Belfast about 6 months ago. Equally as upsetting for the nation apparently.
Probably if anything happened to Edinburgh Castle. The Rijksmuseum in Amsterdam.
Losing the Dome in Cologne or in Aachen. That would be an extreme tragedy.
Losing the Big Banana, Australia.
What is the weirdest thing you do when you're alone?
Had full-on conversations with my dog. I even answered back for in a silly voice. Basset hounds don't give a fuck and swear like sailors.
Yell random words. I occasionally get sudden, overwhelming urges to shout whatever word pops into my head, and if I happen to be alone, I will.
I speak aloud. Alone. Sometimes with objects. BTW, the toaster is quite sad, because I haven't used it in a while.
Immediately say all the things I wanted to say to people during the day, but discretion stopped me. My cat knows I'm home when she hears me scream, "You are so fucking stupid. How are you alive?"
I talk mad shit to my dog in my best Samuel Jackson voice. The fuck you looking at? You want me to let you outside? Kiss my ass, motherfucker. My dog does the happy tap dance by the door. It makes me feel like a badass.
I act out scenes from the movies.
Students of Reddit, what is the weirdest thing you've heard someone say while walking down the hall?
What do you mean she was 12 in high school?
But I don't think my parents know about all the blowjobs. From a girl I wouldn't have expected that from.
Bro, I swear my dad didn't rape him. I had to stop in my tracks.
And then she put her poop back in.
One time in middle school some dude said, "Someday, I wanna fuck a cow."
What's the story behind a permanent scar you have?
Massive scar on my knee. Tried to rollerblade while walking my dog. Didn't end well. Also tried to teach the same dog how to become a sled dog. Cocker spaniels are not good sled dogs. Was climbing a tree at 11, slipped, 2 meters fall, and cut my stomach somewhat open by skidding past a small branch. I could see the fat inside but no blood. Strangely, it didn't hurt at all.
A scar on my kneecap. Dog wanted to eat shit. I tried to intervene. He later apologized by cuddling with me for the entire day. Trying to open a hot dog package after a 3 hours nap, sliced my finger badly.
I fell over. Yep, that's it.
Don't get fucking stoned and use a airframing nailer. Won't turn out that well. Let's say I nailed it. Or myself.
What's the most infuriating first world problem?
When automatic sinks don't sense your hand at the right time and you're just fisting the air with a handful of soap.
Being bored on the internet.
Not having food in the fridge, only ingredients to make food. But you're too tired and hungry to cook it.
Having at your disposal 150 cable TV channels, on demand, HBO, Netflix, Hulu, etc., as well as 500 DVDs on the shelf, but there's still nothing good on.
Clamshell plastic packaging.
When you hit the restart button instead of shutdown.
Dear Redditors, what are some of your I'm never doing that again moments?
Snorted wasabi.
The very first time I tried marijuana was in the form of an edible. A 500 milligrams edible.
When I was a little kid, I stuck a finger into the cigarette lighter in my dad's car. He wasn't a smoker and I didn't know what it was for. I seared my fingerprint crispy.
Washing my balls with hand sanitizer.
Hello everyone. What was your good deed for today?
I allowed a grieving dog to just talk. I didn't interrupt him and he just let all his emotional baggage out. He spoke non-stop for about 2.5 hours. I think it was good to allow him to do that.
I basically told all of my students that if they ask for an extension on their final paper, they will receive it. The weather's finally nice to be writing a paper.
I talked to that one person who had no one to sit with at lunch. Got made fun of for it, but they were actually considering suicide. So I think I'm going to start sitting with them instead.